It's whoa, hey.
Oh, hey.
Well, welcome.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Welcome to Wicked Wednesday. And this is Wicked Paranormal. And I am Amy.
And I'm Kevin.
And welcome to the show. Now, so on today's show, we don't have a guest today because I have been
Busy.
My life has been a little bit busy in
a good way.
In a good way, yeah. But it's just been busy in the last month. So I didn't really plan. I didn't really plan my life out well. Anyways, so here we are, and we're gonna just kind of talk to each other, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll just look like this.
Well, we'll look at you while we're talking, so it doesn't look so weird. So anyways, we are. This is it's June already,
and well into June.
Yeah,
I have deadlines at work. I gotta get busy.
Oh my god, the last month has been so chaotic for me. This is
There we are.
Oh, hey, back again. Why is there this weird thing in front of my face? You see it? There's this box. Look in the lower right corner. See how gray it is? I don't know.
Oh no.
Anyways,
nobody.
Don't look at my face.
I'm
sorry. I didn't put any makeup on for the show,
No,
so I'm looking Anyways, Yeah.
So we are going to do, because they went all over the.
Yes.
And she's got the shirt.
Yes,
to prove
I do have the shirt. Yes, my wife and I, because I ran off and got married.
Woo.
I really did. I eloped. I think I texted Kevin about it a couple of days after that we actually did it.
Yeah.
So on.
By the way, we got married. And I'm like, congrats.
Yeah. Surprise. I don't know. So yeah, we actually ran off and eloped in Tennessee, in Harriman, actually.
Wow.
Not at the hospital I had originally wanted, but that's not what my wife wanted. So we just did it in front of this is the Old Smoky coffee. We got these as a free sample. We also have 2 coolers that tells you how much money we spent in Old Smoky. We all have about 3 new t-shirts. I got a pickle shirt.
Yeah.
The pickle. Yeah.
I just have
that one.
My Historic Ghost Watch shirt.
Well, I'm wearing my Old Smoky and we're drinking Old Smoky. So happy birthday to me and my wife, because we have the same birthday. And
happy birthday.
Over here.
Happy birthday.
And also what else?
Stretch it across.
Oh, yeah. Happy wedding.
Oh, happy wedding.
Happy all the things.
Happy Halloween.
I looked in there, didn't I?
Happy Thanksgiving. Did you say happy Halloween?
I did. Oh, that's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really, really good.
Right?
You enjoyed your prize.
I mean, it will be.
I did enjoy my prize.
Yeah.
God, that tastes like you could almost drink that in the morning.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
You could use it as creamer.
Yes.
You could.
Coffee.
If you're
you
retired.
Could pour it over ice cream. If you're retired like my wife, you can do that.
And I'm not old.
She's not old. She's not old because she's only a couple years older than me, and I've got another probably 10 years before I can. Let's be honest. Yikes. Well, I did take a loan out of my retirement account to buy a house, so there's that.
There is that.
So anywho, so I did run off to the middle of nowhere and get married. And I say in the middle of nowhere
because it was.
That's my wife in the background. So we left here and we had booked an Airbnb. I sometimes wait too late to book the Airbnb.
Sometimes,
Okay, it happened twice.
frequently.
No, just twice. And really, the second time really wasn't my fault because Jeff beat me to it. So it wasn't like he had booked it
But I kept going. You need to book it.
because you need to be in Harriman as well at the end of August.
Okay. I'll be at Harriman at the end
Everyone,
of
y'all,
August.
there is a great event that's going to
Apparently I
happen
am too.
in Harriman. Well, even if you can't hit Harriman, hit Old South. In Harriman, it will be Friday, August the 29th,
9th, 30th, something
like that. And then the next day is in South Pittsburgh, the Saturday.
So do both.
Yeah, it is going to be a great event. Y'all don't want to miss this. There are going to be some great guests. You can go to either page to purchase your tickets. But you've got a couple of old ghost what one? Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Hunters. I mean, is that the name of the show? Like, I want to say Ghost Adventures, and that's not right. What was the original one?
Ghost Hunters.
Okay, so I'm right then. My brain was just like shutting down.
Taps.
Yes, they were on the show. We have several of those people.
Really?
You have Rochelle, Brian
Mhm.
and Rochelle will be there. They call themselves Rochelle. And
Mhm.
I'll look at a minute just so I can update you. But I had to charge my phone so I can tell you who else is going to be there. But it is going to be a great event. You don't want to miss this. I think my bestie in Tennessee that made us that cake.
Mhm.
If anyone needs a cheesecake, hit me up. I've got this guy, and he made us a red velvet cheesecake,
Really?
and it was his first red velvet. He'd made all these other and they're beautiful, but this was his first red velvet, and red velvet is my favorite. And so he made this. We went to medical assistant school together. That's how we met, and like he was at Haley's like second birthday party. I mean, so we've been friends for a long time. So, anyways, we just
And quite
decided.
the event.
So I booked the wrong place, but then we had to go off into the middle of nowhere, and it was off like this weird beaten path. And I'm driving her Jeep, and I'm not used to Jeep. It's lifted, and it does like a lot of. If you hit a certain thing on the highway, it goes, and I go. Like it gives me like a whole look at her face, like you can tell, it scares me. So, anyways, we're like back in the middle of nowhere, and she's like, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "I don't know." So we missed it, but anyway, it's this little. It's next to this. What was that mill? What kind of mill was that? Like a sawmill. It was like a sawmill,
They
right?
were cutting trees, and it was muddy. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been raining for
but
40
I was
days
like,
and 40
put it in
nights here.
four-wheel drive. We'll go on up in there.
But we had to go.
Sometimes you have to do that.
Like
But
we had to
were in
go
the wrong place.
down this windy hill to get to the Airbnb, and you have to be careful in the driveway because if you hit one side, you're going to drop off into the creek. So then I'm freaking out, like trying to back it up, and then I got it, and I did it myself. But anyways, yeah. So it was.
And she was
cute.
quiet and confident the whole time, wasn't she? No.
No, sir.
We all, if you
But you
know,
made it.
you know who
Yeah.
I am. Then you're like, that
You
didn't
can't
go
cuss
smoothly.
at trees and drop offs, though. But I bet you were. Yeah.
She had a moment.
Fucking tree.
I
Who
did.
put a tree here?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. I was like, breathe.
I don't know. It really sounded like that. I think she
It
said
was
that.
high pitched.
Oh no, I bet it's pretty close.
It was panic and high pitch.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
So, but it was fun.
It was fun. It was a cute little place, and I would recommend it. They had like a fire pit, and they had like natural, they had herbs growing in the front of it. Like there was some lemon balm and stuff, so that made me happy.
That's cool.
But the locusts, holy fuck, the locusts there
Loud.
right now.
They were howling.
Yeah.
It almost
Like,
sounds
yeah.
like somebody's car alarm's going off in the distance.
It's like, "Wah!" It's like,
It's a lot, and we don't have that here.
We used to.
We had, and they
Back when
come.
frogs were in the road, but now they're not frogs in the road either. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Where'd all the fucking frogs go?
I don't know.
I guess they all got hit.
Why aren't the dog poops white anymore? Remember when we were kids
That's
and we used
because
to find the
everybody
dog?
bags them up, and so they're all at the landfill. Can you imagine when our society is gone and
They're excavating and they found all these
Yeah.
bags of poop.
and it's
They're gonna be
white.
like, why did this civilization
Poop
bag
in
their
a bag.
So one time I had a client tell me that the dog poop on the floor was because the dog was dehydrated, not because it'd been laying there a long time. It was gray, almost white. But yeah, she told me the dog was dehydrated, and I was like, you think I'm that stupid?
You think I've never owned a pet before and I know how long? Like, I mean, I could. No. No,
Yeah, that's. But I mean, it's funny that you brought that up though, because the first thing I thought of is I have not seen a white poop in forever. And I don't bag. My dog only
used to be
poops.
like a frequent
Yeah.
thing. I mean, it was like a.
My dog only poops in my yard, so I don't bag it because it's my yard.
It was a motorcycle going by. I was like,
Excuse
what
me.
is that? Who did that?
Yeah, really. But I don't bag my dog's poop because it's in my yard. I don't
You
care.
just leave it there?
I just leave it. I don't care. It's my fucking yard. If you step in my poop, why were you in? Or my poop.
So you also are pooping in the yard with your dog? Is this like a bonding thing? Is this a training exercise?
That's none of your business. So
Hi, Reese.
my
This
dog
is
poop.
Reese.
My dog poops
Hi, Reese.
in my yard,
Mhm.
and I still don't see white poop.
Even if it's been
There's
for
some
a
that-
minute.
It's been there for a long time, and you walk by, and it's like still like
Poop?
color.
Huh?
It's,
Is it,
don't
is
act
it-
like you don't know what color poop is.
I know. It's so funny that you said it's still poop color.
It is. It was the color of the poop when the poop was poop.
Was that a riddle?
Kinda.
Maybe.
Did you make a riddle?
Maybe. What color is poop when
Y'all should
poop's
see my
poop?
koozie. Look at my koozie. It's a brushy koozie.
So did y'all tour it?
She couldn't get past the bologna.
I'm sorry, I was hungry and then I was sad because
Because bologna wasn't bologna.
look, y'all.
Was it like original bologna? Like
It was
was a
this
whole
like
fucking
German
thick.
bologna or
Look
something?
at me. It was this fucking thick.
It was.
That sounds like heaven though.
No.
It was
no.
not heaven. There was not, and
No.
I like, I like bologna.
Yeah.
I should have sent
But-
it back and been like, "Can you try to burn that? Like,
Can you
it
at least
was-
Really?
warm it?
Was it like the recipe of it? Was
and
it
then
like
it's-
old world
then
bologna
it
or
tastes
something?
like it had been smoked.
Yeah, you don't smoke a bologna.
And then that one
No.
smokes a bologna.
Well, some
And I
people
was
do, but that's
so
completely
disappointed
different.
because I was so happy to be there, to be able to go there. And like I went in my dress that we got married in, and she
You
was
were all
wearing
excited.
her shirt and I was just like, this is so cool. I get to go here like after I get married, and then
And then this thick ass bologna comes out, and you're
yeah,
like,
and I'm like, yeah, I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. But when it came out, because she grabbed the food and brought it to the table,
Mistakes were made.
and I went, my face says everything.
uh-huh.
So I know when I saw it coming, I went,
And I may or may not have delivered it with a smile or my straight face. You never know.
like, honey,
like enjoy.
I don't think you had a smile. I think you knew. You knew. So you had like your cop face on.
Mm-hmm.
So do your cop face for Kevin, because now you're too
Oh.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here.
You gonna show me that?
Get on my ID.
We have been drinking.
Not a ton.
No, we've had it.
So
We had
yeah,
a shot.
we did do a
of
shot.
coffee.
And these are, and I didn't know this at the time that she gave it to me.
I said, "Do you want a seltzer?" And he
She-
was like, "Yeah."
She's like, "You want a seltzer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. That sounds great." Then I'm
I gave
halfway
him-
through it, and she's like, "I can't believe these are Michelob. They're really good." And I'm like, "Wait a
Look,
minute."
I handed it to him, and it looks like this. And he's like, oh, yeah, I didn't know. I give him a koozie, and he's like,
It didn't occur to me. And it doesn't taste like.
you kind of have a good koozie, too. I gave you the Tennessee Hemp Care.
Oh, yeah.
I have on Island Time, straight out of Swansboro, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Well, I liked Brushy. Anyways, we went to Brushy and the bologna. Yeah.
Bologna.
Now, and
You
there's
wanna
another
go back
disappointing thing because they also have a distillery.
And their alcohol was not good either.
Really?
No, it's not good.
That would be really disappointing.
It was.
And they had like really great flavors, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. No, they all tasted basically the same, but with whatever fruit flavor was supposed to. This is Reese.
So that's my baby. My rescue kitty. Yeah, she loves men.
She loves men, so she's like been all over Kevin. Like while he was eating, and I let her out. She was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
hey."
I mean, it's nice to look down and see somebody looking at you longingly.
Yeah, and she laid on your arm while you were eating.
And I was like, I finally get this, and it's a cat.
Yeah,
it happens. But she is a booby crusher. Who likes to get you in while you're sleeping?
And she does mammograms.
She does her own. Yeah, she does mammograms.
A handy
with
cat.
all 4 of her feet.
Yeah.
So she makes biscuits.
Yeah, and
on the biscuits.
God forbid if you maybe have to pee a little tiny bit, because she's probably gonna hit your bladder too. She's that girl.
So when I first got her, and brought her home, like about the 2nd or 3rd night, I thought I was having a heart attack and a nipple piercing. And I just could not figure out my life. And I woke up and there's this cat making biscuits on my chest and like staring at me. And it totally explained what was going on because the biscuits were on my chest.
Yeah.
And it explained my nipple piercing and my heart attack.
Yeah. All the things.
Yeah.
All in one little cat.
Yeah. So
she's been the most expensive free cat I've ever had. I took her to the vet the day after I found her. She wasn't chipped. And he did everything, found out she had been fixed, but he did all the things. And he came back out and he said, that'll be $360. And I looked at her and I said, yes, they never going back outside. And I said, "This is the most expensive free cat I've ever gotten."
Right, Reese?
But she's been worth it. She's been worth it.
That's a good girl, right? There's Mama's girl.
Mm-hmm.
Not this Mama, the other Mama. Look
So, about Bushy, you were
Brushy.
there.
Oopsie.
Bushy. It's not bushy.
It is a bushy mountain.
No, like when we pulled up, I was so excited because I was like, oh, because you see like the mountain behind it and you get why it was
amazing.
hard to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked, I mean, the building was phenomenal. The architecture was phenomenal because you don't see that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I 10 don't necessarily recommend the distillery or the bologna.
Was everything else good but the bologna?
She had a hamburger.
Was the hamburger
wasn't the best. It tasted kind of like a Bubba burger. It didn't taste homemade or,
that's
It
disappointing.
But I saw these people getting what looked like brisket nachos, and I was like, apparently that's what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Or they just weren't. I don't know. That food was disappointing. The liquor was disappointing, but they did have cool.
But the investigations there are amazing.
I know, and I would love to do that. So I'm all about that. We'll just eat before we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Take plenty of
Because
snacks.
there's actually like a couple of little restaurants outside. There was that one that was out before you come into the gate of Brushy, like other little places around that you could eat where maybe it would be tasty.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed because, like this was like on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Fried bologna and then bucket.
And I love fried bologna.
It's amazing.
But
not not there. No, that's sad. So,
It was
and they
sad.
were just on. I think it was last season. They were just on Expedition X.
Yeah, well, they weren't eating there.
No, they didn't eat there.
So,
But it was. I was impressed with their investigation,
One
and
of the
it just made me
inmates-
want to.
One
Well,
of the inmates cooked for us.
really? No.
now she made that shit.
It sounds good though.
I know,
like
right?
it.
You're
I
like,
like it. I was like,
"Oh,
"Ooh."
wow.
Okay, never mind. The food sucks.
No.
It's made by a.
And her face is hard to tell if she's lying or not. And so, excuse me for just a second. I'm still here. I'm just
Wow.
trying to get over
It's only
here
me.
to
So.
grab my phone. Because I'll just show pictures.
Oh,
so
yeah, pictures.
The bologna was, it was a
Yeah,
sad-
pictures of the bologna.
sad-
It wasn't Oscar.
No.
Mayer.
I didn't know. Why? Is that not working? That didn't charge my phone.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, it plugged
I don't
in.
know what to tell you now.
I guess it charges a little bit. Anyway.
Where's my bag? Here, hold on.
So, anyways, I was like, I was so disappointed about the bologna,
Don't let
but
me
we
forget that.
did take pictures. Excuse me, of the. Hold on.
Of the hold on.
Well. Detour game. But we did that. We went to Brushy and then we went on to Gatlinburg. Oh, lovely. We went on to Gatlinburg and saw some things. Probably not those things. That's probably what we talked
Is it Target?
about. Yeah, this is a no. Just so you know, no.
No.
And so we went from there to Gatlinburg. Now, while we were in Gatlinburg, let's see, a lady plowed into, like, was going 100. She had a medical emergency in downtown Gatlinburg. Like, it's a trolley, you know. It's best to walk or take the trolley. The trolley's free, just so you know. And this lady apparently had a medical emergency and slammed the gas, and at 100 miles an hour plowed through a crowd of people and cars, hit car, you know, and she was driving downtown Gatlinburg. So, like, we're sitting on our little back porch, which was lovely because the river was right there. And so we were like, there's like the river and then the road to the main road.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently she plowed through. Now, Gatlinburg doesn't, apparently, this is new, and I found this out, is that they don't really talk about the shit that happens there because it's a main tourist attraction.
Really?
Yeah.
So they covered up.
Yeah. They said nobody died, and people did die. Because you have people that I was reading different things and talking to people that we met while we were out drinking or whatever. And they're like, no, the lady that drove the car died. Her husband that was in the car with her died. Somebody's car pinned a man up against, they have like these concrete planters that are like, I don't know, yay high, you know. A man got pinned by a car between that. You know, he ain't coming out of that. You get pinned between a concrete planter and a car, and you may still be alive for a bit, but you ain't
Until
coming
they
out of
move the
that.
car.
Yeah, you ain't coming out of that.
Yeah, no, jeez.
So they didn't report it. They said nope, nobody died. There were some people that got hurt.
It's
And
Gatlinburg.
and it was just some, yeah. Next night, and that night we were sitting on the porch, and we were just like, I don't know, we were drinking or whatever, and just hanging out. Yeah, and we're just drinking, hanging out.
Like 3 or 4 EMS trucks go by, and then law enforcement.
And it was just like flying.
And I was like,
past.
there's some type of wreck. And then I was like, it's some type of bad wreck.
Yeah.
You don't
You
see
could
that many
tell, not for
trucks and
downtown,
stuff.
like somebody
Yeah.
just got
Yeah,
hurt.
not downtown. Yeah.
And my first thought was, did somebody fall off of one of the lifts, or what was it? What was it? And we didn't know until the next day.
Yeah, and so yeah,
Jeez.
it was bad. So that happened the next night.
No, it was 2 days later.
Okay, 2 days later, we're sitting again on our back porch, and our back porch overlooked the river. It was lovely. Again, that's wrong.
We were all the way
downtown
down there. Yeah.
We were downtown, like by Dick's
we were
Last
at least
Resort.
about
We
3
were by
miles
Dick's.
down.
Dick's Last Resort. Were we with Austin and Caesar when that
Not
one
yet.
happened?
No,
Not yet. Okay, that was when we were doing our little
that was Tuesday.
date. No,
It was.
Wednesday. Because Tuesday we went to get the tattoos. because they were open. So we went early in the morning for that.
And then
so
we
it was
went all the way
Wednesday.
down when we got back.
Oh,
We
okay.
went later.
But apparently there was at first they said somebody had fallen off the lift. She knocks shit over all the time.
She
That's her
gonna get
thing.
on your computer.
Yeah.
It's
I
all
know.
right.
So they thought somebody had fallen off the lift. That was the rumor. They had blocked all the roads off downtown, like near Dick's Last Resort, and that kind of area.
We were trying to, catch the evasive shuttle.
The trolley.
The
trolley hates us.
Well,
Anyways,
we would sit there 10, 15 minutes, and then we'd be like, "Oh, it's not coming," and we'd take off walking, and on our walk.
Hear
that
motherfucker comes.
Not even 100 foot away. Here it comes behind us, and I'll just look at Amy like.
I'm like, this motherfucker. It doesn't like us. So the roads they were blocking the roads off.
Yeah.
They were clearing the sidewalks and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, we need to go. So we figured out, we just started walking towards, and then we finally did. I think we did. That's when we got on the trolley for like 2 seconds.
Remember that I taught those women, because I'll talk to anybody, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's a bomb threat." And
yeah, that's what they said.
Amy's
but
like,
what it
we
turned,
gotta get away from here.
I don't want to be here. But then Little Miss, Little Miss Government over here says, if you're gonna do a bomb threat, you're gonna say, I'm gonna bomb this place right here, and then you're gonna do it over here.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna,
because
all the cops are gonna go here, but the rest of them are gonna go here. So are you trying to open that?
No, I was going to ask at the end of your story, but
why? Okay.
did you set these out to open?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We can eat them.
They're just sitting here, and
I know. I brought them in case I needed a snack.
No, except
and
they
they're
look
delicious.
Like too yummy.
And so it turns out there was a suspicious bag left,
which probably was nothing more than a book
because
bag that
we
somebody forgot.
We found a suspicious bag. And we took it home with us.
Get out.
I circled it like a shark.
She did.
Like
she kicked it with her shoe a little bit.
It's
safe. I kicked it.
It's fine. So she did that. It turns out it was one of those. Okay, so what it was? It's
we look like we could go panhandle for Trump.
It's one of those those zip up like fluorescent things
orange
that people orange and yellow if you're doing road work. Okay, well it says
and a trash man.
Trash. It says Trump's trash crew.
Really?
Yeah.
And because there's like, oh my God, there's like 1,400 Trump stores in Tennessee. But anyway, so like,
and she kept going, you gotta stop. No.
That was probably like a 30, just as a joke, because she's not a Trump fan. But so she, we picked it up and brought it out.
Even though he was at my aunt's wedding.
He was. There's a picture. I have it. I took a picture. Your mom had showed me someone. I took a picture of it. I have it on my phone, I think. With Trump at her aunt's wedding. But so yeah, we picked it up. But that was probably from the Trump store. That was probably like $30.
Yeah.
At least.
And then there was another bag another day, and I did the same thing, but it ended up being trash. It was like,
what is it with y'all in bags?
Well, I'm all about, like, if there's a bag on the side of the road, one of my first things is the body.
Mm-hmm.
What is in it?
Or an animal.
Yeah. And so, I was like, okay, so I circled it like a good little shark and took note, ID'd it, and tried to figure it out, and then I went forward.
Welcome to my life. Here it is, folks. This is what it sounds like. And this one. And then there's Ohana. Ohana is in heat.
So
is that cat ever not in heat?
Well, periodically.
In the summertime, it seems like it's constant.
Here's so you can hold it in Zoom. My aunt is. You'll have to point it out.
What the hell is that? That's
her husband.
Yeah, I know who that is.
No, that's.
So there's Ivana, Trump, and Donald. Yeah.
That's a young Donald. Look at it, got all his hair.
Well,
His real hair.
it looks just like it does now, but it's not orange.
Right.
He's not orange.
Well, the problem is that he just uses the wrong. If he's trying to go blonde, and you got to be careful with that.
So he has a lot of money.
I can turn my hair orange.
He has a lot of money, and
you think he'd have a good stylist?
This guy looks like he's seeing like a really nice butt back there, and he's like, "Hey,
how are you doing?"
Who's that? That looks
be,
like a what's his name?
That might be Phil
that looks like
Fergasi. Bill Fergasi or something like that. He was a limousine
Who's
king.
the Tesla guy?
No, that's not Elon. I think it's Bill Fergasi.
That's amazing, though. That's cool."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Moving right along.
So quite the adventure.
So
in
it was
Gatlinburg
quite
and-
the adventure.
All right, I guess one more. Of those.
I have a
They're yummy.
problem. So I've dropped some.
They're deadly. You need to like sprinkle tahini on.
I'm gonna have to get on the floor for a second.
Let me roll my eyes.
You gotta get on the floor.
Well, I'm looking
Hold
for
on.
my vape. No. Find my vape.
So anyway, while he's on the floor,
Yeah, it's been great.
I'm eating gummy
In
Starburst.
fact,
By the way,
it was actually, oh my God, gummy Starburst. They're the bomb.
holy shit.
So, yeah, we did that. That was exciting. Now we did get to go to Dick's Last Resort.
Yeah.
And so one of my very best friends, Austin, and his husband live in Sevierville. So they wanted to take us to Anakeesta. So we got to go to Anakeesta, and that was beautiful. And I'm pretty sure that the Bloody Mary that my wife had was like the best Bloody Mary I've ever seen.
Oh.
She did, and that like they had strips of bacon. This
Really?
fucking long in it. Two strips of bacon in it.
It was
And then on the thing it had cheese, like 3 cubes of cheese, and then
was
some
almost
pepper,
as good
chini, and
as Idlehour in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina.
but it was beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful. It had like I was like,
I
was like,
good Bloody
bacon.
Mary.
2 pieces of because we need to do the I was telling Barbara, and so you should go. We should go to 6 Feet Under.
Mhm.
Does a Bloody Mary brunch.
Really?
Yeah,
It's right by Oakland.
and they have a Bloody ding ding ding, and
Yeah.
they have it's a Bloody Mary bar, so you can do it yourself. Bloody
Get
Mary.
out.
So you can put whatever the fuck you want to in it.
Okay, we're doing it.
6 Feet Under on a Sunday brunch. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna Uber because we're responsible.
We're gonna Uber all the way downtown. No, there's gotta be someone sober that can drive.
There's
How
like
about
a
your
bunch of
child?
us going. Split it by 4 or 5.
Oh
That's
yeah,
like
if
10
a bunch
bucks
of
a
us
piece.
go, then we'll just have a.
Okay,
we
we
need
get
the,
like a McDaddy ride.
Yeah, come get us.
Yeah,
I used to ride in the limo down where I used to
right
live.
in the limo.
The limo would come get me, or the cool bus. It was a school bus. It was a short bus, but they got rid of the S.
I rode in it once.
It was a cool bus.
I rode in it once, not the short bus, but I rode
It
in
was a short
as
bus.
the cool bus. I didn't ride in it as a short bus. I rode in it with her on New Year's one, not last New Year's, but the New Year's before. I rode the cool bus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember riding the cool bus back, but I remember riding it there.
Yeah,
It was New Year's.
I'm not surprised.
This bitch takes
honestly.
a nap in the middle of fucking New Year's. This bitch.
Well, we were on the couch,
Huh? Why not?
and there was alcohol.
Get a little comfy alcohol
She
couch.
just sat herself down and had a little nap.
Yeah. So
And I'm like walking around, looking, getting drinks and whatever. And all of a sudden I stumble upon her. I'm like,
Oh,
she's
is this
like,
what we're doing? And we're taking a nap.
yeah,
nap time.
yeah.
So it was really adventurous there. I want to go back, and I think that, and I'm trying to get Austin and Caesar to go. I know you would go, and I'm sure, but we want to go to the ghost town
Okay,
in Pigeon Forge.
I'll do it.
You can camp there. It's primitive camping, which my bougie wife, I don't know how she's going to do with that, but we're going to work it out.
primitive. Is that like a tent?
Mhm.
Is there like a shower?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Are we gonna do that in the fall?
Yeah.
There's no shower at all.
I don't. I'd have
Probably-
to look. I'm gonna have to double check. But
Probably
yeah.
not.
But-
Now, some primitive places now have like the pump potties,
that's true. Like,
and so there might be like
gonna
a
look.
enclosed area to do your business. But
I'm scared. About
that was because
pup potty.
yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be with me. If I jumped my Jeep off the mountain wherever it hit, that would be where we'd camp. But yeah,
Mm.
then I had to start making compromises with at least this primitive, and found a primitive one up in the just above Helen
Mm-mm.
where they
I'll
had
buy a
like
damn
the,
RV so I don't have to live primitive. So I have a
Well, an
shower
RV would be
and a
fun.
toilet.
okay, here's the Altamont campground. Let's see what it says.
but
I was-
I think it would be cool to see it and then camp there.
yeah. One, and can you like go into it then at night, or do you have to? Okay, I'm down.
I'm like,
We'll do that.
Mm.
We'll do that. What we'll do is we'll take the ghost trailer because the couch folds out to a bed, and then she'd be
and
set.
then the princess can,
Yeah, there you go.
you can sleep in the trailer.
As long as it's cool outside.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
can
we'll
sleep
go.
No.
Yeah, no. Okay, let's put it together.
I'm tickled if it's
Let's do it, and
65
whoever,
degrees.
like whoever wants to,
all
the
year
team
long
wants to
where I'm
go
sleeping.
or whatever.
Mhm.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, camping. I mean, people say it's beautiful. Close to the Elkmont Trail and the awesome ghost town. You can hike to that. Includes preserved structures and old remains of abandoned structures. Like, I think it's going to be. It would be. That would be fun.
That
So
would be
we need to
fun.
figure
All right,
that
we'll
out.
put it together.
Elkmont. So, but yeah, it's really too hot to do that. And if it's hiking, I don't really like to hike when it's hot.
Mm-mm.
I'm just
No.
gonna be honest.
Nobody likes to hike when it's hot.
I don't
So-
like to do much when it's hot.
No, I think
No.
it'll be fun. We'll get whoever wants to come
Yeah,
hang
we'll
out
put
with
that
us,
together.
and we'll just like set up our tents in a big compound like thing,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and we'll all be safe.
I have like 5 tents, so
Perfect. And we all just like hang out and build a big fire, and it'll be fun.
look for ghosts.
Look
and-
for ghosts. We can go sneak around at night and
Mhm.
with our equipment.
Yep.
I think that would be fucking badass. But yeah, so I wanted to do that, and I talked to Austin and Caesar. They want to go, so they can come too. We can all just like whoever from the team, and we'll just hang out and do that. So that's something I definitely want to do there. I can't say I did see a bear. I did see a bear.
Finally.
Yeah. I was like, it was morning, and I was on the back porch, and I looked across, and right across from where we were staying was the Ripley's
Mhm.
Railroad, whatever,
Mhm.
which I hear is not great. So we did not
Moonshine.
pay. Ripley's Moonshine, something, I don't know.
It was some kind of moonshine coaster or something.
I mean, it looked cool, but I looked at the price of it, and then I asked Austin and Caesar because they're locals, and he was like, "Nah." He's like, "Hillbilly Golf is where it's at, so that will be fun. We could do that as a team
Mhm.
too." Because while we're up there, you have to ride up a thing to get to the top,
and then you play golf. Down?
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah!
golf
that
your
sounds-
way down.
That sounds fun.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, Hillbilly Golf and Elkmont, I think would be like a great.
When we want to do this?
I don't know when it gets
When
cooler.
it's cool.
Like, I'm thinking like maybe October would be spooky
Okay.
and fun.
Yeah, that gives me time.
Yeah, spooky and fun in October. Well, so we thought we were going to camp on this, but after all the things, like with her having to move down here and all those things, I'm like, I don't want to break her into camping.
Gently.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gently. Not in June. Okay,
Mm.
not in
Mm-mm.
June.
Mm-mm.
So we'll break that in later on, and then we'll do
She
some
knew that
ghost
was-
hunting and like. I don't. If we could get a good signal, maybe we'll figure out that. But or at least we can at least update previous. We can take
Yeah,
pictures,
yeah.
whatever.
It'd be cool if we could set up some sort of hot
It
spot
would
and do
be.
like some live stuff.
Yeah. So And the other fun thing we did is like, I don't know, anybody who's seen TikTok that has the Claw of Destiny, if you're into tattoos or whatever. I saw this thing on TikTok and I had to ask her to Kevin. That's what it looks like. Yeah. That's the cool bus.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's so cool. Is we did the Claw of Destiny and you go in and it's a claw machine.
Uh-huh.
And you basically get what you pick, right?
So it like grabs for you?
You grab.
Well,
you're in control. It's
Yeah,
just like you're playing.
Huh?
It's just like if you were to play the claw game. And
Yeah,
grab a
but when
stamp.
it grabs, that's the tattoo you're going to get?
You get 3 chances.
Uh-huh.
So, well, I mean, you get as many chances as you need if you can't grab a ball. So I send my sporty wife over here.
Thinking I'm like a video person. And I'm not.
No, I just thought,
I mean, if she put me on shortstop, I could have caught the ball. But no, she gives me this thing and it's got a remote do jigger.
Anyway,
and
she tried twice and didn't get it, so I went in.
And she tried how many times, and then she finally got 2. Because I refused one of them.
She did, because it was a boot.
No, it was a cowgirl hat or a cowboy hat.
And, I thought it was a boot.
And some kind of dead cattle skull with horns. I was like, hell no.
No.
And so we went again, and then this is where we ended up with. Now mine is the moon, because
I got the sun.
That's me. She got the sun,
which is me. And
yeah, so we did it, and it was fun. Like, and so we're sitting there.
Well, I mean that to get that as opposed to like something else.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Hat and
it's like, no, I'm not putting that on me.
I mean, if you watch the TikToks, like sometimes it's like
there's nothing
like a raccoon
and Yellowstone.
It's like a raccoon,
dead cattle head, and
I just started watching Yellowstone. That's why she pulled that out.
No,
she just pulled that.
No.
The Yellowstone thing you just started watching.
I've watched
like
most of it through
that
my eyelids.
Yeah, we have to start many of the episodes. But yeah, so we did that. That was fun. But we're sitting there getting tattooed, and we start talking to the guy next to us because there's a bunch of people there. Like, TikTok has brought that out, and people. We got there before they opened, and there was 3 people still in front of us that had already got.
Wow.
There. Yeah, like people wait in line for this
with children, which is one of my things. Don't bring your children to tattoo places.
No,
or to establishments where it's just alcohol.
Yeah.
No.
That's just a no for me.
And you would love those places.
Honey, put your clothes on. We're going to the strip joint.
Yeah. Bring the kids. Come on.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me strap one onto my back. Because we went to this place in South Carolina.
But it was
a brewery.
But it was not a strip place.
No, it wasn't a strip place.
But that's still bad. It was a brewery.
Yeah. And there was people walking around, cocktails in their hand with their baby strapped on their back. And I'm just like.
It was a CPS nightmare.
And that's what she.
Don't tell everybody.
She's retired. So she sees the things and she goes,
yeah.
Yeah. So, and there was just children everywhere at that place, just running rampant.
Yeah.
Around, like tripping drunk people. Like, no, this ain't good. Somebody's gonna get hurt. But yeah, that was the tattoo place, and they have like this cool they have some antique things and like some weird things. We got some. They have bottles, and I love bottles, but they
have
jacked them up the price. And
little kid baby coffins and
wooden.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, I want one of these." And she's like,
"It's like, no, we're not."
No, no, ma'am.
No.
And she said, "No, ma'am."
It's the cutest little thing.
And I'm like, "Look, we can make something really." No, ma'am. I'm like, okay.
That was gonna get missing.
And then some of them, they had made things. They had made pet beds out of coffins, like maybe from like there were samples or something. They obviously were not used, but
She said maybe they were samples.
they cut like pieces out and made like pet beds out of them. So those were kind of cool too.
Oh yeah, cute.
Yeah. I was
Now,
just
if you-
along for the ride.
Yeah.
That was at the
Sometimes you just
tattoo
have to
place.
be.
Literally.
That was
Yeah.
at the tattoo place. So yeah. And then we started talking to the guy next to us and he was like, blah, blah, blah. And we started saying something about Geminis. He's like, yeah, I'm a Gemini too. And she says, well, what's your birthday? And he's like, May 31st.
And I got chills.
And I was like, bullshit. And he goes, and I'm like, no fucking way. And he was like, yeah. And we were like, we looked at each other and I'm like, guess what? That's our birthdays too. And he's like, both of you? Yeah.
And
Then
his
did he
wife
say
was-
bullshit?
No, I mean,
No.
because we were all just like,
Wait,
His wife was like, oh my gosh. And then later we got to the hotel and there was somebody, these two walking the dog and coming in and they were like, yeah, this trip is for my wife, her birthday. And I was like, what? And 5:31. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
they're everywhere. What the hell? Coming out of the woodwork.
isn't that
Yeah.
weird?
That's
Like-
crazy.
Anyway, so that was our.
neighbors got more company than I ever seen over there.
Uh-oh. It's a party.
Let me get my spy
Where's
binoculars.
Reese? Reese, come on. We got to stare at the neighbors.
I got my binoculars available. If you
Wow.
need.
There is a lot of people over there.
I know. I'm
They
gonna
don't-
go out and say, hey,
They don't
what
usually
y'all
have
doing?
Just
company.
stay away from my truck.
No, they're in there.
No,
So-
stay away from that Jeep.
Yeah. So, other than the trip and all the things that are going on, have we covered everything? We think? Oh no.
But wait, no, I gotta tell you this.
But
cool
wait, there's
part.
more.
There is more. Okay, so on our way back, so when we went to leave with that Saturday, the Saturday of our birthday, after we got married and everything, we went to Harriman and we stayed the night in an Airbnb there. And it's lovely. So if anyone's in Harriman, I don't want to tell you the name because I don't want you to book it when I need it. So I'll tell you on the next episode. Thank you, my love.
Uh-huh.
Oh, two? Thank you.
Well,
Not
one
for
for
you.
each of you.
I appreciate it.
So I don't want to say the name, but I will next time. Just because I need it for a certain date and I don't want to say it out loud. So, but we stayed somewhere very close to one of my. It's not empty yet. I'm good. Thank you. We stayed very close to Harriman. The hospital.
Is this the one you were telling me about when we were there?
Real close.
Oh,
This is the one. Yeah, that one.
Hey, girl.
And it was lovely. We got candy when we got there, but I'll tell you next time the name. But because I
Oh,
do
that one's
want
good
them,
too.
I do want them to get their name out there because it was great. But anyways, we're staying there. It's a great place to stay, especially if you're going to see the hospital or you just want to go to Harriman. But so we got to see Rhonda. And
Mhm.
Rhonda, we've had Rhonda on the show. We need to have her back because I love me some Rhonda.
Yeah, I do too.
And she drives a Jeep. So I snuck out while I knew she was in the hospital, and I ducked her Jeep with a stuffed duck, like a tie-dyed stuffed duck. And then she snuck around and ducked Barbara's Jeep it's a duck in a red Jeep. And it's got a hat on backwards, like sideways. And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking perfect. So we saw that one, like, see,
So when it starts doing that,
she's real drunk.
or this, we're in trouble.
She's got good name. Watch the hat. Watch the hat. Okay.
Noted.
So, and then we went, we just stopped in the hospital just for a second. I just wanted her to see like the outdoor area and that kind of thing. I did take her to see the body box or the where the prisoners from Russia used to come because we had been to Russia. So I was like,
Mhm.
let's bring it full circle. Like, here's where they used to bring the prisoners. So, that was kind of cool. But, while we were in there, I knew that my two besties were coming because they had it overnight. And so we just kept waiting for them to come. Like we drove by a couple times and we'd stopped to eat. We went and ate at the pizza place. Or maybe we hadn't yet. We just went and checked in and it went. Anyway, I was looking for their car. So we stopped and I knew they wouldn't recognize her car. They recognized mine, but not hers. Anyways, I hid in the stairwell near the crew room. Okay. They're coming in. Rhonda let them in because
She knew.
she knew because we'd been there with her sitting out on the patio. And so I hid in the stairwell and I waited. She let them in because I couldn't remember a code or something. I don't know. She let them in. We're in, hiding. And so I let out on the top of my lungs one of those screams, like in the stairwell. So it's echoing up all the floors, right?
Everywhere.
So I probably pissed off all the residents there, right?
Yeah, they're like, what?
Like, what the fuck's happening now? What crazy ass did they bring in?
But
now?
then just one of them went, it's Amy. And they're like, oh.
So I hear Jeff say something like, who's here? He's like, I know there's someone here. That's human. So I waited. They kept talking. I screamed again. And Jeff's like, somebody's here. And he's like, is that Amy? Like, this motherfucker.
Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Jeff tried to get me on one of the investigations where he hid behind a nurse's station. And I'm coming through a dark hallway, like the main hallway's here, and then it's up behind like records and all that stuff.
Which hospital? Harriman?
I think it was Harriman.
Or Old South?
I think it was
Harriman.
Harriman.
Oh, here's another one.
Is that the Is that the time where you actually did see something? Was it in that area where we
this was I went off when everybody was, for some reason I was going through this whole area by myself.
Okay.
And he knew I was in this back area because the hallways parallel each other, but there's like rooms going along this way and there's a hallway coming up and it empties into like a waiting room with a nurse's station or a desk area or reception area. And he had hid behind that. And I finally come into the room and he jumped up and he's like, "Wah!" And I was like, motherfucker. And he was like, what?
I'm going to throw
He's
hands.
Huh?
Just so you know, I will throw hands.
I normally will. Like I threw a friend of mine back when Richway was a thing. Do you remember Richways? They were like a Target or a, and he came up. I was shopping by myself and he came up and went, "Whoa!" And I grabbed him and threw him through a big display of oil cans. So it's like, and they go flying everywhere. I was like, dude, I told you not to scare me.
Don't scare me.
Margo put that on.
Yeah.
Be proud.
Watch the head.
Be very proud.
Watch the head wear.
But yeah, he tried to scare me, so you kind of tried to get him back.
And it didn't work. And he was like, you can't scare me. I ain't scared of nothing. And I was like,
yeah, he told stories where he got scared.
I know, but he knew. It's like he knew, and they knew that I was in the area, that I would be in the area.
Oh, so yeah, they were.
But they didn't know. Yeah. So, but we did eat at the pizza place there, which is delightful.
Is it?
The people are wonderful.
The people
I haven't eaten. I've wanted to.
It's a husband and wife that own it. And the husband, he was actually born at Harriman. And he actually has the room number that he was born in.
He asked if he could go get it. And he went in and got his room number.
Really?
I took a picture of it. They have it in the restaurant with a picture of him as a baby. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It is so cool. Like I was like, that is the coolest. I'm like, I have to take a picture of that.
It freaked me out. I saw something flashing out the corner of my eye.
It did me the other night. I just saw it.
I was like, are there cops out there?
See, that's what happened to me last night. We were both sitting here. She's sitting where you are. And I'm here and I saw the blinds were closed, but not completely. And I just saw this flashlight. I'm like, what the
cops are blue lights?
I know, but it's the flashing. We know that they're blue.
But if you just see this, you can't see really color. You just see absence of light and then light. So
this is where we got married. in front of here. This is our
That's
little.
pretty.
And there's the fire pit and stuff. It's really cute. This is that brushy.
That is.
It's just beautiful. Like, but
That
you
is.
can see.
Go back and show that.
I don't know if it'll show.
It will
up.
once you go close, and it'll adjust up and adjust. Maybe it won't. There it
There
goes.
it is. There's brushy.
Yeah, so it's set like at the base of these.
They say it was hard to escape, like Alcatraz.
Well, it
like
was
that,
in the
because
middle
it
of
was-
nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, back then. Now it's not. It's a little more. But look at this thing.
Who won?
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, yeah, I want
That's
that.
where we ate.
Don't eat there.
No.
I want that vehicle.
I do too. Look at it.
Can you imagine making that a ghost
Look
hunting
at it. I gotta
vehicle?
show it. Let me see if I can. This is in front. How close did you do it?
Who got it? I can't see.
Anyway, there you go. Okay, so that's like the Department of Corrections, the
The
bus
transport.
Yeah, like how cool is that? This
That's
was
an
also
awesome
on the
little ride.
property, but like there's the end of the bus,
Yeah. All right, I
and
want to
here's
go.
where we were. Okay, here it is. Look, 207. Let me show.
That's really neat.
Ooh.
Hold on.
And there you go.
There it is. That was his room number at Harriman. There he is as a baby.
It's
It's so cute.
That's the coolest thing.
Right, and like this is cool too because this is one of those Harriman, the water department, water light department
hmm
things from Harriman. But yeah,
And
Isn't
if
that
y'all
the
haven't been to
coolest?
Harriman, it's
go.
you gotta go. It hadn't been around and been investigated as much as like Old South.
This is where we stayed.
That's gorgeous. But it is
Do you know what that is?
which part?
These.
What kind of plants?
Yeah,
They're
magic plants. Not
they're
that.
magic.
Don't put that on your butt.
Don't worry, I tend not to.
I found Bigfoot there.
You did find Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new
That
Jack
almost
Link's
looks like the
commercial?
one that's in Franklin's yard that his
Really?
dad got. Now, this was interesting because behind where we were staying, there's this structure like this. So obviously this was a house foundation at one point.
Mhm.
There's also stairs going up too.
To
I
nowhere.
don't know if I got a picture of the stairs. Yeah, but no, they also have a place where you can sit outside where we stayed. No, just ignore that.
That's awesome.
Here's where we are, some trail stops.
Uh-huh.
They were delicious.
So anyway, hey guys.
Anyway, sorry.
Um,
I had to show him as a crowd.
Woo.
So
That was an attempted murder.
here it is. This is where we got the tattoos at. It's called Jaded Tattoo. Check it out, y'all, if you're in there. You can do the Claw of Destiny and the Balls of Fate. That's what
Really?
they're called, the Balls of Fate.
But if it comes up with something stupid, you don't have to do it.
No, you don't have to, because at that point we hadn't paid yet.
Refused.
Like you do your balls, but you haven't paid yet. So no, because she didn't want the first one. We got the second one, and I could have gotten another ball, and we could have debated on that one, but we liked this one. It was perfect.
No, that's
I got the
nice.
moon,
I
she
would-
got
I
the
would
sun, and
do
it
something
it
like
worked
that.
out well. But look how cool this place is out front. Look, there's a little cemetery.
Cool.
There's Bigfoot
I was
with
about
the
to
flag.
say Bigfoot again.
It's the greatest place, y'all. And look how beautiful the view is. Like, it's just beautiful there. This is sitting on their porch. That was cool.
That's like unbelievably cool. I want that. I want all that.
Nice.
Ew, what the fuck is that?
1.7
This was something they
million.
had there, and now this is. But look,
Okay,
it's alligator heads made into dolls.
No. Come on, change.
Come on, I need you to adjust so you can see it.
How about
There it is. See, okay, the face looks horrifying. But if you really look on the top and on the bottom, it's an alligator mouth that they've put on a doll.
Uh-huh.
This
That's
is
great.
There's lots.
No. No, dolls are creepy enough.
Yeah, this is horrifying. But this guy, I would have taken him home with me.
No, you wouldn't.
This guy?
No.
Yeah.
That's the otter you claim. He's a beaver.
Apparently, I don't know an otter from a beaver, but that's fine. It's fine. Look, here she is. This was her turn trying to get it's just an old claw machine like you play when you go like to an arcade or whatever. Same thing. That's how hers looked. The drawing on part. This was cool. I want to do this. An old bottle like that.
Uh-huh.
Take the bottom off.
That'd be easy to do.
But here it is out front. Like it's
1.7 million.
Why did I take a picture of my water?
No. Why not?
Oh, we went to like a place where they make the things. But here's something weird we saw. Also, look at the date. Remember when we saw that car that had we saw somebody with a car that had just hitched 531. Like it was just bizarre, like the things that were happening. And that was June the 3rd. And is that the day we got the tattoo? Yeah, same day. We saw somebody who got married on that day. So it was just all these weird things that kept happening. But this is just a little cool.
The lady,
I take pictures of these.
The lady angler just won 1.7 mil at the Big Rock.
Damn.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
It's a fishing thing.
Yeah.
So
fish.
This I would like to go to this, but I might punch people that if
is that the Mystery
look
Mansion?
at this. Yeah.
I think I did that when I was younger.
Did you?
And a friend of mine pushed me up. That's the one where you like it's half escape room, half like adventure place. And we were walking by a balcony that looked out over the rest of it. And a friend of mine pushed me out onto the balcony where the balcony was rigged. So when weight got onto it at the railing, it dropped like that far.
Oh, fuck no.
I just screamed like a big...
So he pushed me out. I
Third grade
stumbled
girl.
out onto it, hit the rail, and the balcony drops. He thought he pushed me onto something, and I was going. So I think it ended up, although it scared the shit out of me,
Yeah.
it scared him even more because he thought he threw me out somewhere I was supposed to be.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
I did make friends with a bunch of geese.
Oh, why not?
But
Were any of them
gaggle.
ganders?
But they kept yelling at me to get in the car. So
You know, some geese are ganders.
her and Austin and Caesar were telling me to get in the car, so I couldn't bring any of them home. It's bullshit. I love you guys, but that was bullshit. I just wanted to talk. I was just talking to them, but somebody wanted our parking space, so that's why I had to leave. I'm sorry, geese, if you're watching. But this, yeah. That's where
there's that.
The koozie. This is our balcony.
Cool.
This is where the bear was. Okay, you see where we are, right? Mm-hmm. He was climbing up.
So in the middle of like town.
Yeah.
Yeah, just waving at Amy like, hey.
He was like, "Look at me! This guy climbed up this wall right here to get up there."
That's crazy.
I was like, "Baby, there's a bear. I mean, not a bear."
A bear?
There's a bear.
Is it my
He might have a beer.
He might have a beer. Maybe he was looking for a beer. Maybe he needed a beer. Anyways, I was like, "There's a bear," and she's sitting on the couch. I'm like, "Baby, there's a bear. Come see, come see, come see. Hurry, hurry, hurry!" And like all the people, because like down below, like right down here, you have all this seating and stuff. Like, well, there were people down there, and they had seen it too. I mean, this was like 9 o'clock in the morning. Before they had opened across the street. I was so excited. I was like, you know what? The saddest thing is I've been here this long and I haven't seen a bear yet.
Bless you.
And then I got to see one. Bless you.
More bees.
I take a lot of bee pictures. So the Anakisa thing, we rode up this whole thing, and apparently, like Austin's like, yeah, people jump off of it. They don't talk about it.
Jump off of what?
The Anakisa thing. And then I did some I go down a rabbit hole. And yes,
You
I
looked
think
it
there
up
was a
and-
woman a couple years ago who did leap to her death off of this because look how open it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that was at Anakisa.
It's all fun and games till somebody jumps.
Yeah. That's my husband. See, that was so cute.
No.
Oh, they're so cute. But this is the view there
Yeah, it's
at
gorgeous.
top of Anakisa. Like,
So
and then we're in the bar. Look at the view from the bar.
that's gorgeous.
Beautiful. And they have crown.
I want to go. So sorry to leave
Look
y'all
at,
out.
I'm sorry. Look, I did this. And I'm not a huge fan of heights, but this was
Go to the view from the bar.
beautiful. Oh, the view from the bar.
Closer, closer. And just. Isn't that pretty?
Look how pretty it is, y'all. I can't.
Khalid came out.
There you go. Okay, see the view. Go. You had it right there. Like the view is just beautiful. Like just sitting at the bar. And we had. Oh my god. You know how I love me some cheese curds, right?
Uh-huh. Really yummy.
They brought this. There was a giant. It was a giant pile of cheese curds, and they had like. Oh my god. Get the cheese curds at Anakista
Okay.
Yeah.
So
in the beautiful bar. They were delicious, but yeah, the view was beautiful. That's going back down. Look how high it is, though.
some
But it's
height.
beautiful. You get like the most beautiful view. But you're up there. You're definitely up there. That's Caesar. Okay, so we also went to. This is hilarious. And I guess I'm gonna say it out loud. So we went to Dick's Last Resort, and I don't know if you've ever been there, but they insult you, and like you're gonna be insulted when you go in there, and it's just like that's just what you do. So they give you hats, and they write something on your hats. So my wife and I went with my dear best friend Austin and his husband Caesar. Okay, so we knew we were gonna get some shit, right? You go in there and we're all just going in gay.
Going in gay.
Going in gay. So
Came out gay, went in gay.
see, like watch Caesar. Like you can see, like we were laughing hilariously. You can hear my wife in the background. But anyway, his hat said, Caesar's hat said, I wasn't born gay. I was sucked into it.
Yeah.
And so my bestie's hat, his said 2 inches of pure fury. That gets worse because mine was horrible. Mine says, no. Don't worry. It's just a rash. Eat around it. So you can see why we were hysterically laughing at the table. Like we had the best time. My wife's, hers said, I'm not Asian, but I eat her. And they drew a picture of a cat.
Not eat Asian, but I eat cat.
Yeah, I peed a little.
I mean, we were like hysterical because we knew we were gonna get.
We knew.
We knew because like she asked my wife something about what was it? Do you like
Men or dicks or
something about, was it hot dog? I don't remember.
I don't know, but I was
And she went, mm-mm. And the waitress says, I didn't think so.
and the way she looked, and then she kept looking at Amy like side-eyeing Amy, and I was like, oh, she's gonna be even more of a victim.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I got the rash, apparently.
Mm,
And you just eat around it.
mm. No, ma'am.
Anyways, we had the best time. Like it was hilarious. I mean, you can see it. We were laughing. We weren't.
That is too
And
funny.
then we saw a cardinal. Look at him.
Oh,
We saw a couple cardinals. Anyway, so it was a great time. Now, have you had any ghosty things happening in your house lately, sir?
yes.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
More noises, more voices. So
Voices. Can you understand them?
you can understand the fact that it is my son's voice,
Oh.
but you can't hear. It wasn't as clear as the time he came to the door and said, Dad.
Right.
It was clear enough that I could hear Chandler, and he said about 4 or 5 words. So it wasn't just, it was like him.
It wasn't just like Dad.
No, it was like him standing, and you've seen my house. It's when you get down the hallway far enough, there's a bathroom to the right and the study to the left. And then you come a little further in, and then the master bedroom
Right, like
doors
it's his room, then the study.
Yeah.
And then your room.
It sounded like he had come out of his room and was talking to me from his room.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, I can't hear you. What? And I got up and opened the door.
Because we're used to that, because they like to talk to us when we're doing things or we're in another room.
Yep.
Like,
And
my wife likes to do that too. She looks around.
Yeah.
She looks around. She's like, what? Reese, is that true? Reese's like, I'm scratching my neck.
Yeah, I'm looking off too.
No,
but yeah, it was clear enough that I heard the words like start to finish, and then like blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I could tell that they were words,
but you couldn't understand the words.
Right.
Okay.
But it was definitely his voice, so I heard it enough to know it was his voice.
Okay.
And I was like, "What?" And I got up and opened the door, and yeah, the whole house is like dark.
Was he home?
Yeah. But he was like, I went to his door and I was like, Jan,
excuse me,
what'd you say? And he's like, what?
Mm-hmm,
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was asleep, like out cold asleep. And I was like, nothing. Go back to bed. And it was late enough that I woke him up from a dead sleep. Oh.
Mine.
So, but we've had that. There's a whole bunch of noises.
Does
going
he
on.
hear you?
He's heard me a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's come into the like I did with him, come to my door and was like, what did you want? And I was like, what? He's like, what were you trying to tell me?
And he heard you this time.
And he's even said it sounded like I didn't hear you the first time and you were repeating yourself.
Oh.
So he's like, I still couldn't hear you. What were you trying to tell me? And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, you repeated yourself, or it sounded like you were having to, you know what I'm saying? He kind of described the fact that it was a cat. Yeah. Keep looking, honey. Keep looking.
There ain't nobody here that wants it. She
someone
stood up on that box and looked like, hey, does anybody want this?
Yeah.
There ain't nobody in this house that wants that.
Just work around the rash. It's okay.
If there's anybody that wants a cat in heat, they can have her.
Yeah. It's a pretty little cat.
She's just, but she's like feral. Like what do you?
Nothing.
They're partying next door or something. Like
on the side of the house, it looked like if you were showing a movie on the side of the house.
Yeah, kind
of. The whole house lit up like a movie.
Oh.
So I was like, what the hell?
I'm going to go over there. What's out there?
Yeah.
Hey, what y'all doing?
I live next door. I brought my own beer.
Yeah.
Hey.
You want a sip?
No, I'm not sharing with them people.
Well, they're not going to take you up on it. If they do, you just look at them like.
Here's an update on the speed tables on my street. They need 3 more signatures.
I'm an only child. I don't share my beer.
Or
anything else.
Yep. He's also an only child, so this is an only child thing.
Yeah, leave my shit alone.
Yeah.
Well,
and his child is an only child, just like yours. And
yeah. But yeah, he heard enough of me
that's so
to
crazy.
recognize the tone as I had to repeat myself. And not that I was frustrated, but
No, but that's the sound that it sounded like.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were like,
and,
I said da 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 da.
yeah, and he was not shaken enough by it, but he was worried about the fact that I had to repeat myself. So he came and he was like, "Hi." He was like, "I am
Drive by.
Dad, I'm really sorry. I didn't hear what you said." And I'm like, "What?" And so yeah, so we've had that, and then the noises have like really picked up. Like there's someone in the room with you going through drawers. Yeah.
Does it happen in his room too?
I haven't asked him if he's heard that.
But he would have told you.
More than likely, because he's
tells
still
you
young enough in the paranormal.
that he would be like, Dad, this is
Yeah.
what. Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah, he doesn't
So
dismiss
it's
as
just
easily
it's
as I do.
weird. It does seem to like to focus on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because things were happening there before he came back.
yeah.
So it's always seemed to be centered on you. The question is that we all want to know is like, is it somebody that knows you, or is it something you brought home with you that just that's enjoyed it and decided they didn't want to leave?
Maybe, but I mean, even before like the first half of the team, like back in the early days of Historic Coast.
Okay.
When we would, because that's back when I was married, Chandler was like 4 or 5. And even then, investigators. What the hell is going on there? Oh, it's just an ice cream truck.
I
wish. It said free ice cream on it. So
I'm gonna go for the free liquor.
Yeah,
one.
show it to me first.
I don't
and then
care
I'll
about
get
free
in the
ice
van.
cream, but free liquor.
Yep.
Gotcha. I knew.
He's
But-
got the side door open. I don't know what he's doing. Here's the
Oh my God, really?
Honey, there's some right there on the smoking thing.
Well, here's
Oh, I gotta show y'all this.
the
What?
binoculars.
Well, I really just want to show you.
These are
this
the
is right here.
binoculars.
Oh my God. Why am I looking? I'm doing to show you. Look, tell us what's happening. Fill us in.
I can't see him.
But anyway, back.
And I can.
I don't know.
Kevin's
walk
probably the only
down
one that
there.
can
It's
still
dark.
see. Go outside and look. Just
And
walk out. Go check
Go
on
look like
Cookie.
you're looking at my truck or something.
Or you're talking to Cookie. You know,
I'm
play.
just gonna be like, "What y'all doing?"
Just play like you're looking for a cat.
Honey, I am from North Carolina. I'll go up there and be like, "What the hell y'all doing?"
Just ask if they've seen your pig.
I lost my
Does he-
One of my
pig.
surfboard.
I can't find my pig.
Don't see my little pig.
I lost my pig. I said, no, I said, pick it. Just go out there like that, like an idiot. I mean, really.
But-
They haven't been here long enough to know
No,
all the
they
things
don't
that have
know.
happened
Fuck
here.
them.
So, it's
But yeah, back in the early days when I would have people over, because we used to do like downstairs in the bar,
Mhm.
we would have like the team over, and
He doesn't do that now. I've never been invited to the basement. That sounds great. Kevin has never invited me to his basement. We're like best friends, and Kevin has never invited me to his basement. I feel sad.
but every
thought
time
we
I
were
come
best
over here, I have to
friends.
knock on the back door.
I'm sorry. Did you knock on the back door today?
No, I just
you
opened
just
it right
came
up.
on in.
Yeah. So anyway,
This is why we're friends.
yeah. But no, even back then, they would tell me
To come in the back door.
sometimes. But no, they would say that right there in that same area, not the back door area,
In the basement or
No,
upstairs?
upstairs where all
where
the-
you hear all the.
from the study towards my bedroom. And which is the
Is it
first time
some-
you were in my house, you were in there and was like, there's something right in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jess, when she was
like
there,
I know like when I've been there and when I go to use the bathroom, it gives me the creeps. Walking down the hall into the bathroom, I'm like, it's just like, And then it's one of those where you look like, and there's nobody there, but you feel like somebody's there. So I don't know if it's something that's attached to you, or maybe you have something in your office, something in your study, something that's attached to.
Well, you think of all the
somebody.
paranormal shit in my study.
Well, and you think about, like, I think all the time, like, I love antique shit. And every time I go to Harriman, I go to that one antique store.
Oh, that's a cool antique
Yeah. Well, wait till you see what I got this
He's
time.
sitting eating something.
In the yard?
No, in the
That's
doorway
weird.
at the table.
I said,
You didn't ask what you eating.
baby, would you? No, I'll do it. Hold on. I gotta show you what we got at the antique store.
Okay.
Well, first, let me show you this. Okay, so Barbara gave, well, I can't move it because it's got the internet thing on it, but maybe I can. Hold on.
Oh, I can see it.
Okay, so you know this is a smoking table. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad,
And
gave
it's got,
it
like,
to
this
me.
is like where you would put your pipe.
and it was my
Okay,
great
not a
granddaddy's.
big pipe, but
So
that was my add-in.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
my daughter's girlfriend really wanted that, and I was like, because Amy really wanted it.
Talk to Kevin for a second, please.
Then we found something, and I made her buy it, or I bought it. So, but yeah, it's cool. But it's really cool. Yeah. And so the one we got was for veterans who had lost their eyesight,
Uh-huh.
but were smokers. So the ashtray's in Braille. And it's got a cane on it. And it's kind of avocado looking. But anyway, it's a little bit more souped up than that. I think my family, like my dad's family didn't have a lot of money. So I think they probably made that one. But this one you could tell was made by like a furniture company.
Well, we
So
looked it up.
Yeah, that's
yeah. But we got it for like what, $60?
Yeah, like
And
he
so-
wanted 75,
And we got
and
it
it's
for
down to
60.
60. Look
But
how lovely.
oh, that is cool.
isn't that cute?
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
And
if everyone can see it, but like,
Yeah, you can see it.
so I don't want to show what's inside, but it's not bad. It's just not. That's nothing.
She slams it shut and she says, "It's not
Well,
bad."
No, I mean, I'm just sure it's
we've got to work on the
It's-
door.
things there.
So
No, that's really
But
cool.
we have
That's
Right.
what's in there. But
Tell 'em,
listen,
Reese.
look at this. Okay,
So
look this up. Like, I don't know if y'all can see. So this is Braille.
yeah.
And this is actually like a cane. So I looked this up to see like what this was.
Come here, girl.
And apparently
Was
these
it
were
World War II?
World War II for those that lost their sight, that because they all smoked back in World War. Yeah, everybody was smoking,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So but they were trying to teach them the
Right.
alphabet. So they could smoke and learn the alphabet at the same time in Braille. Isn't that
So
That
we
fucking
is
looked it
so
up.
cool.
Isn't that so fucking
And-
cool? Like once I looked it up to figure out like what this was, because I was like, is this like a child's baby plate that they just threw up here? But I'm like, why would I have this? So I did the Google search, and yeah, so it was made by blind
Soldiers.
soldiers. Yeah, it's the coolest fucking thing
And
ever.
even though it's got like a little chip.
It's on the
It's
bottom.
all
You
good.
can't see it
Yeah,
on the
you
top.
can't.
Like it does have two chips on the bottom,
Yeah.
but not on the actual. This
Well,
is
I
all
can
fine.
see it from here.
Well, I guess it's got a little chip right there. My bad. It's a little.
There's a car stopped out there now.
Jesus.
Maybe it's in
Maybe
another
it's
driveway.
Jesus. But anyways, it's still
Maybe
like.
it's Jesus. Yeah.
So
And he's like, I'm coming to get your smoking thing.
I came from a very small town where there was a lot of gang activity, so I pay a lot of attention to everything.
No, there's a lot of Uber people around here because we're lazy and we don't want to go nowhere.
Well, if they were lazy and didn't want to go nowhere, why did they call Uber?
To eat, Uber Eats.
Oh,
Oh. I was where you were until she said that. Because I was like, why would they go anywhere?
I'm the youngest one here, so
you're the what?
the youngest one here.
And your
So
point.
that I guess I knew about that Uber does more than just driving.
Hmm.
They also do food. We've ordered Uber Eats when we've been like Airbnbs in South Carolina and shit. We've ordered Uber Eats because we were
unable to
unable to
drive.
What?
Yeah. And then there was this one time where we were able. Well, no, we weren't. We Ubered to a bar in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And
I stayed awake.
conscious enough to get us back
get
to the
us back.
hotel.
I did not. But I don't remember much after I slammed the door and I had Amy and we were walking into the hotel.
I don't remember getting out of the Uber and going back to the room.
But I knew I had to protect her.
But we did have like the best time because we had this like great bartender. We went to this little gay bar in South Carolina in
Brandon.
Colombia. His name was Brandon. Yes, he was lovely. We're friends on Instagram now.
He was pretty.
He was pretty. Gosh, he was a pretty boy.
He was pretty.
He was a pretty.
His boyfriend's pretty too.
Yeah, they're both very pretty. Pretty gays.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wish I was there.
If I could have had a look, if they could,
Would you go to the gay bar with us?
I'd go.
Yeah, it was so much
I'm
fun.
not gonna go
That's
in
when
the-
we saw the. So, I grew up watching wrestling with my granddad, and there was these people with what looked like the antique wrestling masks on, and then there was someone dressed up, looked like a wolf mascot. And
Are you talking about the one that had the stockings and the wolf face on, like a pointy fox, like a
yeah, that one.
What does the fox say?
I don't know, but
I don't think it's a fox. Yeah, it is. It is a fox.
Yeah, so that's when I was told when I come out of the bathroom I had on a nice fit, and I thought, well, I hadn't thrown a fit, but okay. So you could tell there was some age gap in the lingo.
And there was no girls' bathroom or boys' bathroom.
Never have I ever decided I wanted to dress up like a fox.
Yeah. The fox had a skirt on. I don't know if the fox was.
We don't know
if
the fox
or maybe they just
doing
identify as a fox.
Point.
We don't know if the other people were wrestling either.
No.
Probably not. I mean, they may be wrestling.
May have been wrestling, but
professionally.
They may have been.
Or maybe they
wrestling
were
each other.
professional wrestlers, but not
They were
that kind of professional wrestler.
And all I could think
there
of
were some
was,
drag queens there too.
it wasn't nice to stare, but I was looking. Short of gawking. But I also don't know that I had my glasses on.
She didn't.
So then
So you almost
She
had
didn't.
to.
yeah.
But your girl here, who doesn't normally wear heels, wore heels.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so happened
I don't
that
think I've ever seen you in here.
Mm-hmm.
How long
Just
have I
so-
known you?
for like 14 years now.
Yeah.
She wore them for me.
So we went up the staircase. I went, I'm gonna look pretty tonight and I'm gonna wear heels.
So,
There was a staircase like this. Pretty. A metal staircase outside. An outdoor. So to get to the bar, you had to go up the metal staircase. And then to get down. All I remember about leaving that bar
was me
is
telling
her telling her, lean back. If you feel like you're going to fall, lean back. Because again, I'm wasted and walking in heels down a metal staircase.
Because I figured she
I
leaned
did it,
back
though.
and she started falling, she'd land on her butt and she'd be safe, then face forward going.
Yeah.
Losing all my teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's expensive. So yeah, I do remember that. But it was
I think
fun.
They sell affordable dentures.
Columbia was fun. Columbia is a decent place to go. It wasn't. We found some cool little niches to go to.
Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it Loose Lucy?
Yeah. I don't think it's called. Is it called
I
Loose
don't know.
Lucy?
I think. Let me look.
I think it is. There's like a cool little store, like a little hippie store
Oh,
that has like.
I thought that was the name of the bar. That really
incense and-
scared me.
No, that was not the name of the bar. I don't remember now what the name of the bar was, but it was not Loose Lucy because it was. Yeah, but yes, we've had some adventures. I've been doing adventures with this lady for like 2 years now, almost. We met.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking June the 29th of 23. So that was it. Don't get her to tell the story because she'll tell everybody the story. Who were you telling? Oh, Amanda today. You were telling Amanda, like, oh, well, she sent me a DM in the middle of the night.
Well, I woke up to it.
Sometimes I get drunk and send a DM. Whoopsie.
Mm.
But here we are, married.
Yeah.
Have you tried setting up a recorder
No.
to talk to what's in the house?
No. We did take out the spirit box once. And did we do we did another, what did we do? I forget. We did the spirit box. It's been.
You mean this can be our comeback?
Could be.
We've been quiet for a minute.
Well, we apparently may have a residence coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, Wendell called me.
Well, we still have that other one that we never got to.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And that one.
They're probably like.
Yeah. But it would be worth maybe a call.
It would be worth a call. But and everybody's like calling all the time saying, "Let's go."
Yeah.
So we need to get that off the ground.
Yay! I'm glad we're gonna.
I'm ready now.
Good.
So
we're all ready.
Yeah. Yep.
We all got our life shit together.
Yeah. Well, mine's coming together, but it's not
it is
white together.
It's fine. You're doing great.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're doing great.
But so, any paranormal stuff here?
Well, right now we're in the midst of
like fine tuning,
combining households, and so now that we have clear paths, in the living room as of last time you were here, and we were
this looks a whole lot better.
Yeah, and coming in the back door, things are a lot better now too. It's a lot clearer now. So we're making it work. It's been, and we weren't on for a couple weeks. It's been quite the adventure. My child graduated from high school, and I'm so very proud. And my life is so chaotic. I haven't even posted his graduation pictures on Facebook yet. But so all in a month, my at the time fiance moved here with her household stuff, and this lovely lady over here. Staring at Kevin. She's staring at Kevin right now.
She's staring at me.
She's staring at Kevin.
What's up?
So she loves men. So we had that, and then my child graduated, and then like a week after I graduated, he like moved out, and so Mama's heart was broken. Now Mama's heart was broken. So all those that have ever been in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know me, you know I lost my oldest child, and so this was like a kind of a kicker for me. Like, he's not gone. I still have him, but I don't get to see his face every day. So that's kind of sad. But you know, I guess that's part of the empty nesting thing, and you have to learn to let them go. And I'm so very proud of him.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
Very proud of him, because if any kid had any reason to go off the rails, it's that one.
And he went the opposite way.
He absolutely did. And I am so proud.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm so proud because...
Yeah, he's like every parent's dream.
He's been through things that most adults can't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so very proud. But I miss his little face. I miss his little face. So I love you, son. I know we don't listen to my show, but I love you. So and then him leaving, and then we left to go on vacation and eloped
And then to what the fuck?
Yeah, we eloped. We got did all that, and now we're back. And so now we're trying to figure out this combining of the houses, but it's better. I feel better. I can actually have a walkthrough, and I feel like I'm not. Yeah, like we're doing it.
No,
We're doing it.
This looks really, really good.
It's better.
So I'm wondering though, not to like, I think you were at the tail end of what you were saying anyway. But is the activity here, since a lot of your stuff, because of the combining of stuff, some of your stuff had to go, has the activity dropped now that some of your stuff has been replaced by?
Well, I've sent some of the things to you.
I know. And guess what? Weren't we just talking about my
super quiet
my
when I
activities
sent that
up?
desk out of here? I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Kevin, you want a desk?" And he was like, "Yeah."
It's
Well,
a
don't
cool
worry, I
desk.
still have another shelf for you.
Yeah, and there's
in the bedroom.
that little one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I have another thing for him, but no, it hasn't for me. I don't know that she notices it so much, but because I was like, "Hey, have you ever heard the TV people at my house?" And she was like,
what the fuck's TV people?
That. And I said,
have you heard music or talking or anything? No.
I have still heard it.
Well, I've heard it here.
Yeah, I haven't heard it, but now my great grandmother had the gift, and my daughter has the gift. I think it skipped a couple of generations, but like my great grandmother.
No, this girl over here, she does some sort of little witchcrafting that she does, and she knows if you're gonna die or not.
Who? Me. It's all about dreams and teeth.
Did she say teeth?
I think she did teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kevin's.
No.
So tell me about these teeth.
Do you have a drawer full? Can I see it?
When I was about.
Can I touch them?
Can I touch your teeth?
When I was like 17,
I just found teeth.
Like I had a friend, and I had these dreams that my teeth were falling out, or I was getting in fights and my teeth were getting punched out, or whatever. And I went to my friend's house, and I was telling the story, and her mom goes, "Is anyone close to you sick?" And I was like, "No." Well, not long after that, my grandfather, we thought he had like shingles and stuff like that, but he had upper and lower GI. Doctor said he was fine, but he still hurt so bad.
Oh, that's me, I'm fine.
And so anyway, we took him to Duke, and he had cancer. He was in remission and had been for many years. And the doctor was like, "He's eat up. He's got 2 weeks to live." Well, the night I lost all of my teeth, the next day he died.
Really?
And so, but my friend's mom was like, "Someone close to you is going to die." And so anyway, I had a couple more through the years where my teeth were falling out. But then like my granddaddy Hill always like rode a bicycle except for to church. And so he had I had a dream that someone on a bicycle was killed with a bow and arrow. And I knew it was my granddaddy Hill, and he died the next day. So
by a bow and arrow?
Yeah. Because
he died by a bow and arrow?
Not literally, but in my dream.
Oh, okay.
But we always played like Daniel Boone or cops. We played Cowboys and Indians,
cops and robbers.
Yes, so that type of stuff. So I knew who that was. But then I started losing my teeth again. My favorite aunt died. I started losing teeth again, and my ex-father-in-law passed away, and I loved him dearly. He was a great man. And so anyway, I have this thing when I start losing teeth.
You start like
in my dreams.
I
I got all my teeth, girl.
thought you did. I know how you are about your teeth.
So
How's it
but
going on?
anyway, so whenever I start having teeth dreams, I get really nervous because I'm like, who close to me is going to leave me? That type of stuff. So, but yeah.
you know, anytime somebody hands you something that says "smell it,"
You kind of have to.
You kinda have
He does.
Yeah.
That's like if I do.
But
I'm like,
I'm
yeah, I'm
glad
gonna need
you
you to
trust
smell
Amy
this.
like that. 'Cause
I thought
didn't
about
know
it.
that
By
I
the,
would just smell it.
well, I kind of knew what was
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
handed
I
to me,
mean,
so it was kind of
yeah.
to
It was
say,
a shot that it was
It's
like
an
I said.
airplane bottle, so
Listen,
it wasn't
Yeah.
like.
So I came into her yesterday and she was doing some work and I was like, let's play a game. And she said, she looked at me and she's all like sweaty and frustrated because she's like moving shit in the back room, right? And I was like, let's play a game. It's called Smell My Finger. And she's
"What the?"
And I don't know whether I gave my cop look or if I gave my WTF look.
so I come at her like this.
And I think I went. I did not
Y'all.
launch
You didn't.
towards no, I did not.
Smell my finger.
I said, let's play a game. I'm like that guy on the bicycle with those movies, you know? Where he rides it on his little tricycle and he's like, let's play a game. And I'm like, it's called Smell My Finger.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, this is, if anyone ever
Was
wondered,
it worth the smell?
I mean, it was basil.
I had just been
However,
outside tending the.
I guess like 12 different herbs.
She
before I
did
got
before
there.
But you
got
knew
the
it was an
basil.
herb, so you were
I
safe
did.
at that point.
Because I don't need Amy to explain, but I did break my nose in 3 places. So my deviated septum.
Show that one time.
So my deviated septum was that I had repaired is
That's
no
not to
longer
her. She
repaired.
had moon pie.
And so, needless to say,
Did you have
my
you had
sniffer's
pig?
not
I had
working
pigs.
as good as it
Pig?
was
But
after
it
my
was-
deviated repair.
It was enough that you knew it was
An
herbs,
herb.
though.
Mhm.
Cheers.
But I didn't know what
Cheers.
I was smelling.
I'll pass.
I was scared.
Pass me a cheers from her. I kind of got it.
Mhm.
All right. So just so it doesn't appear that we're going like fucking hog wild with alcohol,
No.
this is not as alcoholic as it looks.
No.
Hold on. I got a cheer.
Cheer.
From my top to your top, from my bottom to your bottom, from my middle to your middle. Won't you give me a little? It's at midnight in the Garden of Good
I
and
know.
Evil.
I know.
Yeah.
I was getting
Me
ready to say,
too.
I got to go, everybody. Here's Amy. Oh, I took a little itty bitty sip.
It's yum.
Mm-hmm. And it's light.
It
It's
is.
very light.
Okay, so
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Very light.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
something
not
we've been
drinking.
wanting to try for a minute, but we didn't have to buy a whole bottle of the freaking coconut
Rum.
cream rum chata. But now I actually would buy a bottle
I
of
would
rum
too.
chata, yeah. I mean I have rum chata plain. I think it's at Franklin's, but I hadn't bought the coconut cream one before. So yum. Coconut cream and
How
Dr.
do you
Pepper.
describe what that tastes like? It's
I don't know, but it was one of those that I kept reading that I needed to try and
It's whippy. Like
yeah,
it's kind of whipped creamish.
yeah, and there's the coconut, but yeah. So what we did tonight was like half a shot of the
the rest
coconut
was-
rum shata, and the rest was Dr.
Dr.
Pepper. So it's not like we're doing these like unbelievable.
No.
shots.
It was like we had one. We only had
Yeah,
one.
The three of us split
an airplane bottle.
Yeah.
And the Dr. Pepper.
But that was.
But it's yum.
You've got to try that. If
Mhm.
I'm not disgusted by it.
not at all, that's like
No.
good drinking right there. Well, I mean, it's obviously light drinking.
It
but
almost
Yeah.
tastes like coconut cream.
it just tastes like a coconut cream pie
Mm.
ish, but with the Dr. Pepper brings something to that.
I don't.
know.
A
It was
caramel or caramel? I'm from
Ma'am.
North Carolina.
no. It's
I
I was
caramel.
born in North Carolina, so you're good.
Caramel.
Caramel.
I was born in North Carolina too,
Yeah.
but your accent don't sound like that.
That's
Which
'cause
part
I'm
of North Carolina?
Winston-Salem.
Oh yeah, he was up a little higher. I'm from the real eastern North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm from where the witches were.
Mm-hmm.
I say that they'd be like,
Oklahoma.
they'd burn me.
I'm
The
from
witches are
closer
from
to where
everywhere.
Blackbeard was.
Yeah,
Arr.
Book of Croak.
And she made friends with the wife that owns the pizza place in
Oh, yeah?
Harriman, and she gave her a Blackbeard
yeah.
sticker.
Really?
Is that the same Jeep that lives there?
If it's white,
Yeah. She probably like, what the hell's going on? We got the door.
did she just pull up?
Do you think they pull in and they go, look, if you park right here, that window, you'll see like heads pop up in that
Hi.
window.
No, like we were reading the description today of that house, and like the biggest, like they were like, oh, there's this impressive. What did they say about the parking pad? Private
that
parking pad.
it
That was the best seller of this house. I'm like, it's a parking pad, but behind it is a swamp because you ain't put nothing else. You didn't even finish the fence.
I mean, a parking pad sounds like something great for an airplane.
Right. Not for a.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Not
no.
for a-
I mean,
It's the fact that you have to drive within 6 inches of the house to get back to the parking
and
pad.
be careful because you don't want to scrape your window.
Literally, the house is right up against her property. There is enough room for one car only to get
to
past
squeeze
her
on
house,
past there.
back
yeah.
to this private parking pad.
Yeah, this that they're tooting about. Whoa, it's a big seller. They're renting that motherfucker for $2,000 a month. Over
Wow.
2,000.
That-
Yeah, for the parking pad because you know it's impressive.
It is.
And they have like 2 bushes in the front yard. They cut down all the trees, and then behind the parking pad is just this mud pit. They didn't even finish the fence, so you could have a dog, or a place for a dog or anything. It's stupid. Anyways, so yeah, ghost things. We need to get into your house, sir. It's starting to sound like we need to get into your house.
I just saw Stan said.
We got 5 minutes. She's from Bath.
North Carolina.
Who? Because Stan's from North Carolina too, ain't he?
I
Stan,
think
can
so.
you talk? Come on and talk. I said, can you talk? I know you can talk, but can you talk with us for we only got 5 minutes left. Bring us to your North Carolina. Okay. Because where he's from, that's where they see the light, I think.
Oh, that's where Blackbeard's from.
Oh, okay. Where you're from is where they see the light. Is that correct, Stan? If you can talk, please join us. We would love that. Where they see the light, from the train man, right? Where the train ain't there no more, but
Where
they used
there's
to be
the
the guy.
Brown Mountain lights, and then
The
there's
brown. Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's a place I've always wanted
I
to go
wanna go
investigate.
there.
Stan, next time you go.
It's noisy where I'm at.
Oh,
you
I
can't talk.
gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's something. Stan, you go up there and investigate sometime. Next time you do, give me a ring.
Yeah,
we want to go.
We'll
with
all go. Like my wife will go too. She's from there, so we'll all just take care of it. Where the brown lights? You've heard about the brown lights in North Carolina?
Brown Mountain, something like that. Is it Brown Mountain Light? The Mako light?
The Mako light.
Is that like
goddamn shit? I need to please hurry.
Party Fire?
Party
Yeah,
Fire.
and it's a big one. I'm just worried about this.
I did a preemptive strike.
Okay, but no, the brown.
Yeah, the Brown Mountain Light. But anyway, Stan, next time you're going up there to do the investigations we definitely want to go. And
I just want to go home. To North Carolina.
Okay.
Not permanently or anything.
Where? So
You don't wanna-
Mako, is that like a shark?
No, it's spelled different.
Oh.
MACO.
Oh,
Like.
I have never heard of such. So
I'm like,
you need to give up your drink.
no, it's not because I'm I just dropped it. It's not.
I understand, but you've had 2 party fouls now.
2 party foul.
Mhm.
The cat's like, I'll help.
Mhm.
Give me a little bit.
No, because I would like to see like where they see the lights with the guy that used to do the train, the train that you see the.
Yeah,
I
the
can't reach
lantern.
that right now. I'm trying to
Here.
clean. Kevin.
You-
Where they see the train, the man that was he hit by a train and he
Is
was a
that in the-
conductor, or he was
Yeah,
whatever the
something
train
happened.
means or
A
whatever.
See?
train hit the back of the train or something. And
Something happened.
Is it in Cove City?
I'm not
He
sure.
said, I'm from Wilmington. The Brown Mountain Lights are in the western part of the state.
Okay.
He said, yes, that's the Mako Light.
up
Joe
there.
Bolton.
Up near Boone and all that. Okay. Where the hurricane hit.
Yeah. Is that where the hurricane hit? Thanks, kids.
There's a lot of activity up there.
It's active. Up, we're right up against the. I've seen the Mako light when I was a kid. That's so cool.
Did you follow it? Like, I wish everyone could see that. That's Stan saying, I've seen the Mako light when I was a kid. See, I would love to.
He
see
did
that.
follow it.
Oh. I would too. I would be like, oh, what's happening? What are we doing?
Yep.
But I'm snosy. So, and the train tracks are no longer operative
Spooky
in that
as hell. I bet
place,
it's spooky.
right? Like the train tracks are dead there, so to speak. Is that correct? Sorry, we're waiting for.
So Blowing Rock, like
He said they're not so they don't even have, the tracks are gone.
Yeah.
And you just see the train man holding this little lantern.
I think you don't see the man. You just see
the lantern, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some stories about seeing the lantern in Cove City as well on the railroad tracks. You see a woman carrying a lantern.
Really?
We used to go sit and see if we could see it. I never saw it, but we would go sit periodically and just see if we could see it.
I wish we were closer to that so we could try to.
It's on. Listen.
I mean, I say that, and we live 3 minutes away from the battleground where they see the horse and riders all the time, and the people think they're reenactors, and they're like right there.
Yeah.
And I say, I wish we were close. We could go look, and yet we never go to see if we can see those.
And then with that, I mean, really, if you let me drive, I'll go to stare real quick. Not real quick, but
What?
I'm just used to that.
Really?
Supposedly, Joe's head is in the museum in Wilmington.
Ah.
The train guy. Road trip.
Okay.
Well,
Stan, let's go.
To Wilmington.
Pack an overnight bag. We're
Get it
going
back.
to Wilmington.
we'll go stay with Aunt Helen and Uncle Clay.
I'll drive because I
You got to yell at something.
Yeah.
absolutely. Y'all just put on your headphones and let me drive because I have to do a concert. And I'll just sing and play the music. It's what keeps me awake. But I'll drive us all through the night.
Yeah. And she yells at
Been
people.
there, done that. That's why nobody really talks to me while I'm driving. They just let me drive. I'm like, I'll be there in such and such hour. And like, here's my ETA.
I'll
Leave me
drive.
alone. I'll be there when I get there. Because fuck this guy and fuck this guy over here. And I'm done.
All right. Stan's phone is dying. So let's wrap this up really quick. So everybody, thanks for putting up with us tonight.
Yes,
and,
thank you.
Thanks for hanging out and hearing all about Amy's
Why is there motion
adventures.
out my back door?
And what? Oh,
Right now, there's somebody at my back door.
it's not me.
It's probably the cats. Setting off the alarm. Try cooking.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's always a joy to have you around, and we'll be back next week.
We will be back next week, and we will have something exciting for you next week. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll
At least you get to see us.
Yeah, true.
Anyways, so everybody have a great night. Hug each other, say hi to your kids, kiss your pets on the lips.
No.
Kiss your
Come here, little
pets
kitty,
on
but
the
we're
lips.
not kissing on the lips,
Come here,
baby
puppy.
doll. Ma'am.
Anyways, y'all have a great night. We love you.
Good night, everybody.